Welcome to Primetime Super Friends, the show that promises to put the arrow in your quiver, the flash in your pan, and fuck Gotham. I'm Michael, your guide to all things Central City, and to my left is our guide to all things Nanny Nanny Boo Boo, Jeremy.
If we're gonna fuck Gotham, can I start with Leslie Tompkins?
No.
Fish.
You get fish.
Cut it off! Just cut it off! I mean, hi.
And to my right is a man looking for a new show to love and treat him right, John.
I've been spurned. Hello.
Don't forget to head over to iTunes and Stitcher to drop us a rating or a review, and to shoot us an email if you have any suggestions for the show at primetimesuperfriends@gmail.com.
Super Friends, the legendary superpowers show.
Let's get the party started with The Flash. All right, so this week we start off with Dr. Wells talking to Eddie in his secret lair about how he'll do anything to get back what was taken from him. At Jitters, Barry meets with Iris and once again promises to find Eddie. Barry's not going to let what Wells did to his mother happen to anybody else. About that time, he gets a call from Cisco, who has figured out that Wells was using some sort of device as a battery to make himself faster, which was hidden in his wheelchair, right under the dildo.
Which was really fucking funny, just because we keep alluding to this dildo being in his chair, and there was something under him the entire time.
No, they didn't show what was actually in the seat. They showed underneath. That thing underneath was attached to the dildo.
Powering
That's
it?
what powers it.
Yeah.
That's what was giving him his fucking super speed. I would run real quick if you shoved some up my ass.
It's just holding something, strapping him to the chair, and he's getting fucked in the ass. They let it go, and he's like, ah! Just takes off running. I like it.
It's like when you try to hold like a rabbit down or something. You let go of it and it just boom.
I audibly in my living room laughed out loud when they revealed that as being a thing.
I'm glad it was in your living room and not your bedroom that you were laughing.
I have a television in my bedroom.
And at that time, alarms inside the particle accelerator begin to go off, and it leads them to all realize that Wells was under their noses the entire fucking time. And he rebuilt the machine.
Dun, dun, dun.
Coons.
Fuck you guys.
Barry, Joe, and Cisco head down to the entrance where it opens and the reverse flash runs past them. And Barry takes off in a flash. One of the containment cells opens and Peekaboo teleports down and subdues both Joe and Cisco. As Barry chases the reverse flash, the dude's still too fast and eventually gets away. Peekaboo makes her way up to Star Labs and is about to kill Caitlin when Iris shows up and pops that bitch in the head. After putting her back in her cell, they all hear a familiar scream and find Eddie strapped to a chair in the accelerator. He's strapped to a chair too.
He's got a dildo over his ass.
It's not powered though.
No,
Maybe that's
just
how
there.
he
That's
gets
just for
reverse
fun.
flash powers. No, it's like that's his origin he's not aware of yet.
Over time, they had to fucking increase it to where it eventually was powered.
Make it bigger and more.
Invasive.
Yeah.
Joe helps him up the ladder while Iris explores the lair and finds the engagement ring Eddie almost gave to her.
She just wanted a pearl necklace.
Caitlin checks out Eddie and rules that he's healthy, but he reveals to everyone that Wells said they were family and that he has had a metallic and that he has a metallic tube from the future in his butt.
I didn't put that together. Yeah. Lots of ass play on the Flash.
Yeah, it's an amazing show.
Yeah.
Cisco goes to investigate and sure enough finds the tube, saying that it will charge up the accelerator in 36 hours, which I liked. I liked that he didn't know anything about it, but he's like, it's gonna charge in 36 hours.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Okay. Should it be turned on though, their metahuman prisoners will be fried. As they ponder what to do, Barry suggests
Getting marshmallows.
he did. And then to take them to, I wrote it and I can't remember how to pronounce it. Fucking Arrow's
Leon
prison.
Yu.
Leon Yu. The next morning, Joe meets with the district attorney to ask for some help in transporting the metahumans from their prison, but she's not having it. Barry arrives and reveals that Argus is sending a plane to transport the metahumans to Leon Yu as long as they can get them to Ferris Air. Ferris Air.
Yes.
Ferris Air.
We do understand the significance.
Ferris Air. Green Lantern, yay.
Yay!
Make it Diggle.
It won't be Diggle.
I want it to be Diggle.
Yeah, I don't think they'll let us have that.
It's going to be Hal
I
Jordan.
know.
On the other side of town, Leonard Snart sits drinking where he is joined by Barry. Barry asks for his help because he's a fucking moron in moving the metahumans, but does a bad job of convincing him about why he should help. Cold writes down his demand, which Barry refuses, but is able to convince him to think about it at least.
Knowing what we know about this show, I just assumed that was ass play.
Yeah?
You
Probably,
just assume most things are
probably
ass
with an
play.
icicle he was going to shove up. Yeah.
A cold one. I like it.
Anybody else notice the soundtrack in this scene? You have
Yes.
to. Fucking on the nose a little bit there.
More than a little bit.
Yeah. Cold as ice. Mr. Freeze kicks in the door and is like, "Motherfucker, you taking my gimmick?"
He's like, chill.
Did you see Mr. Freeze is going to be on Gotham next season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yay.
They're going to play Paula Abdul's cold-hearted snake during that scene.
that'll be in my head at like 3 o'clock this morning. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Eddie leaves the CCPD where he meets Iris, who confronts him about acting weird. He uses this opportunity to tell her that Dr. Wells didn't do anything to him, but showed him something.
But showed him something?
His butt in the future.
Tone.
That would have been a really funny and awkward scene. You see this ass? This is from the future. This is what the future looks like.
God, that'd be horrifying.
Just got something sticking out of it.
No, it's just gaping because there's been something in it.
What is with you and gaping anuses?
He's had a
Gaping,
dildo up
hanging.
his ass all season.
At Star Labs, Joe thinks Barry is crazy for going to Snart, who apparently heard his name and enters with his demands.
Every time I hear snart, I just think snarf.
Yep,
I think shart.
That works too.
I think Snarf covered in shart.
Gross.
Chocolate snarf.
Stude wants his record wiped clean. Wiped. Barry agrees and rushes to the police department to trash it all. He arrives in an alley with a box of the physical evidence, which is destroyed by Cold's sister, Lisa. Sorry, this whole time I was just like, Barry, you're not this naive.
Right.
What the fuck is
Not
wrong
this
with
fucking
you,
stupid.
man?
It's like
No,
giving,
but
it's like
that's-
giving a kid superpowers.
They
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
have made him naive because, like that
a
thing
lot.
with the guy that could take other people's forms.
Yep.
It was a whole thing where he's like, "I got out of jail" when he looked like Eddie. He's like, "Oh, that's amazing."
Barry's not too bright, and that's sad.
He's got to smarten up.
He has to.
Yep.
Barry assembles his team at Star Labs, where Lisa tries to flirt with Cisco again, but it's not happening yet. Cisco reveals that he's tricked out his uncle's frozen food shipping truck to the power supply from Dr. Wells' power source and turned it into an energy damper. They gas the inmates, Weather Wizard, Peekaboo, Mist, Deathbolt, and Rainbow Raider, and stick them all inside. All of them wake up, have a bit of a pissing contest, and the convoy makes it to Ferris Air.
How does that work for the chick in that pissing contest?
She can squirt that shit far. Power.
Just bends over and shoots it?
Yeah.
I don't want to picture this.
Equal opportunity.
I already did.
Yep.
I'll allow it.
And just as the Argus plane arrives, the energy damper malfunctions, surprise, surprise, and the villains gain their powers back. Weather Wizard crashes the plane with lightning. Mist tries to get Barry. Rainbow Raider puts his juju on Caitlin, and Deathbolt tries to blow up Joe. Barry goes down for the count after getting hit by lightning once again. But then Captain Cold kills Deathbolt. Pretty awesome scene. He looked pretty painful.
Yeah.
Cold taunts Barry for trusting him because he tampered with the device and set them all free.
I don't guess you mentioned this, but right before the plane crash and everything, they dropped the fact that wasn't this hangar or whatever, wasn't it? It's not in use anymore, right? And they said, yeah, there was a fucking pilot that went missing.
Another drop. Yep. Having finally won, Captain Cold and the newly named Golden Glider head off together. Back at the particle accelerator, Barry gets a pep talk from Joe about the kind of hero he is, which is the kind that won't bend the line between right and wrong. Just then, the accelerator becomes fully charged. Meanwhile, Eddie is headed to work and is confronted again by Iris. He tells her he's not mad about the future, he just wants to focus on the here and now. And since the relationship began, it's always been a threesome between them and Barry, with no sex, though,
The
unfortunately.
devil's threesome.
Yeah. And now he knows that Barry and her will end up together, and he even tells her this. Back at Star Labs, Dr. Wells approaches and is confronted by Barry at the entrance. But this time, Barry's got some buddies, Firestorm and Oliver Queen.
My God, when he used the ring to shoot the
Right.
costume out,
Yep.
I fucking came. And then I thought to myself, if I ever get married, bitch is gonna have to get me a flash ring.
You better get married first.
If you steal over me, I'll just go Green Lantern. Or Reverse Flash.
Ooh.
There we go. So the fight gets on. Even though Ray Palmer isn't present, Oliver shoots Wells with a nanite-infused arrow that was made by Palmer Technologies, which slows him down for them to have a nice throwdown. Wells is able to shake off the nanites and tells Oliver a little something about his future, that he lives to be 86 years old. But even the history books can be wrong.
He was going to vibrate Oliver to death, which is my job.
Yeah, that hand's not going in his heart.
You're goddamn right.
Jeremy's like, I have that power too.
Yeah. Hold still.
Anyway, after the fight keeps going, they're able to... Firestorm is able to knock Wells off of the building and onto a nearby car. Oliver gets the last blow in as he shoots him with a tranquilizer. Barry stands over him triumphant, and he's finally caught the man in yellow. That looks super painful, by the way, too. That big-ass arrow that he took in the chest.
Yeah, after he'd
Or the
fallen
back.
off a fucking building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that the arrow, Oliver, whatever, got in the last blow against this dude.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of crazy, actually.
I enjoy it. And I like that there's like, he's got no superpowers and he's the one to do it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tranquilizer arrow, which, yeah, you're right. Looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah.
He'd have another gaping hole somewhere else in his body.
He could put a dildo in his back, too.
That'd
So-
be weird.
Based on the previews, I think we might get some fucking Flashpoint next week.
Yes. All right, that's going to do it for The Flash this week. Next up, tell us about Arrow, Jeremy.
The season finale of Arrow. Hey, once again, let's see if we can knock our flashbacks out in 30 seconds or less, shall we?
Go.
All right. Oliver takes down and tortures General Shreve. Maseo leaves after he fucking puts a bullet in Shreve's head. Oliver and Tatsu go their separate ways, and Oliver's getting on a boat that says Coast City.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that was like 10 seconds.
Goddamn right.
I'm good with that because every week I've made the joke that when you tell the flashback, I go to sleep. 3 times this week I try to watch that episode, and that scene where, they're
The
calling
ashes and all that shit.
yeah, like I fall asleep 3 times.
Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. We start off the episode with not snakes, but with assassins on a plane. The plane has been sabotaged, and Raish thinks it was Nyssa. No, it was Oliver, who proudly declares that his name is Oliver Queen.
Your name is outside history. My name is Oliver Queen.
As he pulls his sword out slowly. Well, not slowly, I just, in my mind.
In
it
your
was-
mind.
Yeah, it's like unsheathing, basically.
So yeah, he causes a plane crash. Roz, Raish, whatever, manages to jump off the plane with the virus and the only parachute, so it forces Oliver and Nyssa to crash land the plane basically as safely as they can. Back in Nanny Nanny Boo Boo, Team Arrow lives. They were vaccinated by an associate of Malcolm Merlin, who is more than happy to say that, guess what, I saved your fucking lives, bitches. And when Felicity raises the question of how the fuck are we going to get out of this place, Malcolm tells them, just wait for the thunder, which I thought meant he was going to whip his dick out. I call it the thunder.
Just wait till
Thundercop.
the lightning.
The lightning is to come.
That's what I was going. Yeah, it's white,
Oh, okay.
and
Well-
it sprays all over the place.
I didn't know. I want to know what the lightning was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know now.
It causes the thunder. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm there.
So Barry shows up as the Flash and takes out the whole fucking League of Assassins while admiring their hot tub.
I'm not going to be able to hear Thunder Up Now anymore without thinking about Dick.
We'll have old folks, basketball fans. Thunder up, Sonny!
And I see them doing it like, Thunder Up!
And you're like, you thunder up, old man.
I can't. I gotta take something.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, the Flash takes out the whole League of Assassins by himself. He goes to free Team Arrow from the dungeon that they're being held captive in. And while he's doing so, Felicity calls out his secret identity in front of Malcolm. Dumb bitch. No, I still would. Don't look sad.
Okay.
Brain's got nothing to do with that. And she's not dumb.
Even
That's stupid.
yeah, that was stupid.
got
And
tendencies.
even he pointed that out, though. I did like that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just something that they did and no one acknowledged it.
Right. Yeah, so Barry says he's got to go back to deal with Dr. Wells. Can't help out any farther. Bails the fuck out. There was something poetic to me about the fact that Oliver took down the Reverse Flash, and then Barry just whoops the whole League of Assassins' ass by himself.
Yeah.
Look, we've both been dealing with these problems for a fucking year. I got it.
Sometimes you just need that outside perspective.
Yeah.
But you call him in on the first episode of the season.
23 episodes? No, I got this.
It's literally that. Where were you 10 days ago?
So yeah, Team Arrow returns to Star City just as Oliver is crash landing there. Oliver and Issa return to the Team Arrow hideout at Palmer Technologies. Diggle fucking socks Oliver right in the face as soon as he sees him.
Good for him.
Yeah, and that, of course, causes Oliver to try to explain his plan and why he didn't clue in Diggle or Felicity or anyone else other than Malcolm to his plan. Felicity calls Oliver out on the fact that he didn't plan to survive that fucking crash or to have this awkward conversation. He apologizes, but Diggle's not having that shit. Diggle don't play that. Team Arrow tracks down Damien Dark, who is supposedly in Star City, and they think that basically Raish is trying to kill two birds with one stone, take out Star City and Oliver, while also dealing with his nemesis Damien Dark. They raid a hotel where Dark is staying. It's actually, I thought it was a pretty cool scene with them raiding the hotel, the various members of Team Arrow taking out Dark's associates. Oliver goes to confront who he thinks is Damien Dark, but it's actually just an associate who says that Damien Dark has been gone for, they don't specify how long, but as soon as he found out about Raish's plan. Raish is across the street, I'm presuming, because dude's phone rings and he fucking gets shot with an arrow. Not come.
Damn it.
I don't think that would have been as effective.
Raish proceeds to tell Oliver about his evil plan in great detail, which I guess has to happen for the purpose of the story to advance. But I always go, when shit like that happens, I go, okay, he's supposed to be like the smartest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to have 4 vessels for you to track down. What if he hadn't told him that and he had just stopped one and thought he was done?
Right. But no, like that's kind of one problem I've had with the characterization of Raish in this show is I always expect him to be one step ahead, and he really hasn't been there.
He has, but not, I don't know, not as much as I would have liked, I guess. Anyway, yeah, the virus is going to be delivered by 4 vessels to destroy Star City. Meanwhile, Laurel is confronting her dad, Captain Lance, letting him know that Star City is in danger, and he cracked me the fuck up with the, must be May. She tells him, hey, stop drinking, stop blaming me and Oliver for all your fucking problems. And that seems to hit home with him. He has to think about it, but he ends up getting on board. Meanwhile, Ray Palmer is working on 4 virus containment systems and a way to spread the inoculate. Felicity brings Oliver some coffee and gives him a speech about not fighting to die, but rather fighting to live. She lets him know, hey, you've now got something to live for, dem titties.
Yes.
And she also goes into a speech about how, you're no longer the Arrow, blah, blah, blah. You've become someone else, something else.
What
basically
else?
says the whole goddamn speech from the opening of the show. Team Arrow disperses to find the virus, and Oliver goes to meet Raish at Star City Dam. Diggle spots a runner with the virus, which it turns out that the virus is actually in his fucking blood, and when the blood is exposed, so is the virus. Thea shows up as Speedy Arsenal, looking way too goddamn young in her outfit.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought she looked like a child?
Nope, I agree.
Yeah.
Like she was dressed up for Halloween. I mean, that's what it looked like. Team Arrow contains the virus while Palmer is working on an inoculant, and Oliver and Raish are having their final battle at Star City Dam. Captain Lance shows up at the scene of the final battle and discovers that police snipers are ready to kill the guy that wins, So he calls Felicity to tell her that Oliver needs his help. She turns to Ray to get him to go save Oliver in the Atom suit, but he either can't or won't help. He says he's working on the nanotech to spread the virus cure. I think he really just wants less competition for Felicity's vagina, and I can't blame him.
Nah, I'd
Just
probably
picture her vagina.
If I was spurned, I'd think I'd leave.
Back on the dam, as the final battle unfolds, Raish gets the upper hand, gets Oliver down on his knees. Yeah. In a scene very similar to the mid-season finale. This time, though, Oliver catches his sword. Basically, we get a fucking reversal of what happened on the mid-season finale. He does the same chant or prayer or whatever it is after he stabs Raish right through the fucking chest with a sword. As Raish is dying, he hands over the golden finger sex toy object. And Raish fucking dies. Until he gets put in the Lazarus pit, am I right?
Yeah,
No.
they kill off that character.
As soon as the battle's over, the police shoot Oliver in the chest with bullets, and the impact knocks him off the dam. The Atom swoops in to save him from sure death, but it's not Ray Palmer, it's Felicity, Iron Man 3 style, chick in that Iron Man suit.
Yep.
Yeah, so Oliver is safe back at Palmer Technologies. Nissa is upset that she didn't get the death stroke on her dad. Yeah, that's right. And she points out that if it wasn't for the League of Assassins armor Oliver was wearing, he'd be fucking dead. So Oliver gives a pointed speech about teamwork. Says, hey, Raish took the Arrow identity from me, so I can't be that guy anymore. And he says he doesn't want to be. Instead, he wants to take Felicity somewhere far away and stick his cock in her.
Did he say that?
It was unspoken.
You stick your cock in her wherever. Take her far away.
So I just assume he's coming back as Green Arrow next season.
Yeah.
Diggle leaves the room upset. Oliver follows and thanks him for everything. Recommends that, motherfucker, you might want to wear a mask. And Diggle appears to be considering that. It's not going to be a Green Lantern, guys. Put your dicks away.
No, I'm going to fantasize, because that's what I'm allowed to do when I touch myself.
Touche. I would have never thought you would think about a black man while you're touching yourself.
Wrong show. And we all know my thing for Michael.
I just thought you concentrated on the white hat. All right, then we get our go-home moments for the season. Oliver gives Malcolm the golden finger. Yeah, that's right. He's going to be the next Raish. Thea wants to be called the Red Arrow. Oliver says, no, bitch, you're Speedy. And Oliver lets Malcolm know, hey, I'm never going to fucking forgive you for killing Sarah, for what you did to Thea, blah, blah, blah. Malcolm asks, does this mean we're enemies now? We'll see. We'll see. Back at Palmer Technologies, Ray Palmer is trying to get the Atom suit to shrink, which causes a massive fucking explosion, and I just assume when the dust settles from that, it fucking worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in Nana Nana Boo Boo, Malcolm is the new Raish. He's got the League kneeling before him as Nissa talks a bunch of shit, but eventually she drops to her knees as well.
Yes. Wait. Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And then our final moments of the season, we get a voiceover from Oliver Queen saying he saved his city. And we cut to him with Felicity driving along the coast, I'm presuming towards Coast City. Oliver's happy. He even says so.
I don't think that's going to last long.
I don't either.
Not at all.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Coons.
Yeah, a couple more Coast City references on that show. I assume next season the flashbacks are going to be in Coast City.
It just cracks me up all the interviews that this dude's doing, and he keeps purposely saying, no more Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've worn the Arrow suit for
is
the last
gone.
time.
Like, come on.
All right, bitch. Green Arrow.
So is it going to be like a brighter green?
That's what I'm assuming.
Right. It's not the same thing.
Plus, we've seen the previews for the Legends of Tomorrow show where he's back in some variation of the suit. It's too quick to really
Back
tell.
in the suit. The Atom suit works.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah. And
You know what? While we're on that,
Sarah Lance
though,
is naked.
what do you guys think about that trailer?
Oh, that trailer was amazing.
I came.
Yeah.
Because here's my thing: I was not hyped for that show when they announced it.
I mean, yeah, I thought
really
I was
wasn't.
Looking forward to it, but
I think because it was all of these like spin-off characters, it didn't really do much for me as far as the idea goes. Like I don't have an I have an attachment to Green Arrow, I have an attachment to Flash. all of the characters on that show, I can honestly say that, I mean,
You better have a fucking attachment to the white, black, whatever canary, or you're fucking queer, sir.
I'm just saying from a comic book perspective, have you ever bought a white canary comic? Is that even a real
I
thing?
bought a black canary comic and it became the white canary.
Thank you.
But
I just assumed that's how she transformed.
Yes.
But
That Lazarus pit was full of cum.
oh man, we already discussed that, didn't we?
Oh, my skin is so soft now.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
It's good for the skin.
But after watching that trailer, like, this show looks fucking awesome.
It does. It's and Vandal Savage.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm a Doctor Who fan. It's like Doctor Who with superheroes. They're jumping through time fighting this fucker.
Once
That
you
is
threw in time
amazing.
travel, I was like, I'm in.
It's fucking amazing.
I think that'll be our third show. I'm not afraid to say it.
I
It
think
sucks
so.
we have to wait
Yeah.
a year for it, though.
But, I mean, it'll come in mid-season, so that just means we'll have shorter episodes the first half.
You're welcome.
Nah.
But yeah, awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That's going to do it for Primetime Super Friends this week. If you like what we do here, head over to iTunes and Stitcher to drop us a 5-star rating to help spread our love around. Have a suggestion for the show? Shoot us an email at primetimesuperfriends@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on Twitter at primetimesuper if you're into the group thing. But if that solo loving is more your style, we all do have individual Twitter accounts. I'm at theAfrican81, Jeremy,
At Legendary Jeremy.
and John.
At Raging Leprechaun.
That's going to do it for this week. So until next time, keep it super, bitches.
Nana nana boo boo, stick your dick in doo doo.
Don't do that.
Do that, and then get caught doing it, so we can talk to you on the other show about you.
I would run real quick if you shoved some up my ass.